Testing. All right. You can cut out that other.
Hey yo, aim. Yeah. Run it up, Blondo.
Hey, see y'all from Texas, where we sit riding swangers and put diamonds in our necklace. Pour drink inside my lemonade till it look like a Pepsi. See, I come from the D where we got checks and we be flexing. If you ain't from my state, then you should know, don't mess with Texas. Hey, we always strapped, we keep our weapons. My mama from the 8, she slowed it down for me at 7. Used to think Pimp C was a guy before he went to heaven. I knew what pushing P was before Gunna even said it. Hey, she zero taught me keep my weapon and never trust a nigga cause it's expected. No killers from the country, they ride horses and throw sevens. Got niggas in the east, ride ATVs with Mac 11s.
Hola más, Maria Linda, we're back on the New Mets Korea Talk Show, man. We had a week off last week, man. We're off last week, and we're able to get somebody in tonight, man. Welcome back to the New Mexico Radio Talk Show. Hope you guys can hear us out there. Maria Linda, welcome back, man. We're back on the talk show, right?
I'm back, and I'm excited. I finally and officially got accepted to law school, so I'm happy. Thank you so much for the prayers, everyone who was sending me comments, and congratulations. Muchas gracias. I'm very excited. Thank you so much.
Man, yeah, I've been seeing your posts. I've been seeing you all over the jungle, man. No, the thing is, man, you gotta put in the work, right, Maria Linda? And that's what it takes, man. And you know, and that's what I like about, you know, everybody, right? You know, everybody, you know, puts in the hard work, you know, and that's what it takes to be a musician. That's what it takes to be a podcaster, DJ. And for you, as you know, getting your law school done, and you know, you're out there busting your tail, trying to get accepted, and look now, man, how cool is that?
Thank you so much. Yes, it was. I always tell everybody, quick little story. I got inspired during the pandemic. I was like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get my BA in humanities, which was my dream because I minored in music and communications, majored in history and Spanish. So everybody out there that wants to do it, go for it. And then I got my master's in Spanish recently, and I got accepted into law school, which was my dream as well. So you can do it. Never let anybody tell you can't do it. Si se puede. Yes, we can.
Yeah. No, we're just having fun, right? Always having fun.
Yes, we're always having fun, and I'm so excited to be here, and I'm inspired by all the guests that we have. Me inspiro mucho con todos ustedes, and thank you so much for all the beautiful comments.
Well, we got a lot of people in the house. We're live on TikTok, ladies and gentlemen. So, we just got approved to be on TikTok as of last night. I did a test run on it. It sounded good. So shout out to all our TikTok fans out there, man, of the New Mexico Radio Talk Show TikTok. We got a lot of people tuning in out there, man, on TikTok. We're live on Roku TV. We're live on our YouTube channel as well under New Mexico Radio Talk Show. We're also live on our Facebook channel también under New Mexico Radio Talk Show interview page. So be sure to like, share, follow, give us a lot of hearts. All right. We got a special guest, man. This guy's all the way from La Máquina, the Tejano capital of the war, man, San Antonio. Did I say San Antonio? San Antonio, Texas, man. we got a very. I mean, the thing is, man, we always have special guests on our show, man. It doesn't matter who we have, man. We have movie actors. We have models, lowrider people, man. We have it all, man. We bring in the talent of
Singer,
tape, man.
songwriters.
We got singer
Okay.
songwriters, man. We got it all, man. You want to get heard, you want to get noticed, you want to get recognized, you want to get your stuff out here. Contact New Mexico Radio Talk Show. We got you guys, man. We got a talented vlogger, man. This guy is always at the San Antonio Spurs games. If you are a San Antonio Spurs fan, or if you not a San Antonio Spurs fan, well, now tonight you are going to be a San Antonio Spurs fan after this show tonight, man. This guy is always out there because he is the best at what he does. He gets to hang out with a lot of celebrities, a lot of news telecasts. I want to welcome in good friend of all of ours here on the New Mexico Radio Talk Show. Thank you to Maria Linda Mabry and her husband, bringing in a talented guest named A La Máquina. We're gonna bring in this guy right here, man, Carlos.
George Garcia.
George Garcia, man. I got a lot of things going on, man. You got George Garcia all the way from San Antonio. Go, George, go, man. What's going
George,
on?
go. You look like a Carlos too, but it might have been George Carlos. But George Garcia from San Antonio, Texas. How are you, George?
One of my good buddies is named Carlos. He's actually watching on my YouTube channel right now.
See?
Yeah.
That's why Hen Dog felt the energy. He felt the Carlos energy.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm doing
George.
good by 1 point, so I'm on the high.
Awesome. Okay, so first we need to ask you a couple of questions. So my husband and I met you a while back at the Spurs game, and we were very interested in your story, and we wanted to have you on our channel. And so now we got to have you on Hen Dog's channel. Tell us a little bit about how you started your vlog and how you got inspired to start recording the games.
To be honest, started with me and my little cousin going, and he has Down syndrome. I would record just bits and pieces on like just of us go Spurs going, and what's it called? I haven't seen him in been 4 or 5 years since I've seen him, but tickets to the game that I would go, and then I started and like I have 3 seats for me and my children, but no to hang out with no more. So I usually end up with 2 extra seats, and I just started recording people's like first time going to the game. Something to look back on. I've taken people to plenty first games, and I've got a bunch of people that God rest their souls. But you know, it's just memories. You know, just what inspired me to start recording. But I'm glad I got to. I'm glad it's cool to look back on over the years, like from when the arena was kind of empty. People are like fighting for tickets, you know.
No, of
Yeah,
course,
it's really picked up. It's really picked up. So tell us a little bit about your channel. How can they find it? The official title of your channel is Go George Go. How did you come up with the name of Go George Go?
Well, it's for my son. He's in like cross country, and he was running a marathon just like the Spurs go. I just started getting out Go George Go for him, and now I still cheer on Go George Go, but I just I don't know, my YouTube channel, and people now they're like, hey, Go George Go.
Yes, now they recognize you. Now we're at the games and people see him and they're like, oh, Go George Go. And then people that don't even know you, like when my husband and I went with you to the game and my daughter was there and our family was there was another family next to us. And they're like, who is that guy? Like, they didn't even know about him and they wanted to know who he was. And they're like, I want to match his energy. So I want to ask you if for our viewers, you can do like the scream that you usually do at the games.
I would, but my son has to wake up at 5 a.m. and
okay,
I really
so then you can't be that loud,
Yeah.
but he's loud. His voice can be heard all across the arena when he says go Spurs go. So
She was telling
tell
me
us a little bit. Yeah.
a mariachi singer.
Yes, you could have been a mariachi singer because you have that voice. But tell us who's one of the celebrities or one of the players that you've met, or one of the most exciting things that has happened to you at the games.
Last year, one of my favorite players, and he shoots free throws with one hand. And last year, I got invited to go shoot. He happened to be there with his whole family, like after the game, because it's after the game he shoot the free throws. And I'm loud, so I was out there, Jeremy. Hey, no one can miss with a Sohan, like the Zohan. So I was yelling at him and everything, and then his mom was like, "Look, whatever." And I shot it with one hand, and I was already walking out. Hey, hold on, come here. And I came back, and one of the ushers was like, "No, you got to keep going, and I'm gonna sign his jersey for him." So that was a pretty cool moment, you know. I met a lot of the agents over the years, and I mean, because they see that, and I've been invited to like charity events to go as a celebrity or nothing like that, but just to go and help out, you know, like back behind the scenes,
Exactly.
you know, eating with a basketball player and everything is different from minutes and taking a picture or getting an autograph. But
Yeah, that's
yeah,
amazing.
that's maybe the cool.
So George, how long have you been doing this, man? How at what year or how many years you been doing this vlogging? And at what year did you start?
I say it was 3 years ago. The pandemic, I had taken a trip during the middle of the pandemic to New Orleans to catch a lot of my videos and pictures there. Like I really didn't put them up, thinking like I should have saved them somewhere, and then
Right.
that's when I became a season ticket. Document my journey a as a season ticket holder, you know. So about 2021, 2022.
And just in that nick of time, man, I bet you've learned a lot and seen a lot in that nick of time. I mean, and you've seen a lot because I mean you're always there at the Spurs games, man, and you've done a lot, in 3 years, and you're good at what you do, man, and that's what it takes, as professionalism at your craft, and for them to make you the official vlogger for the Spurs out there, man. That's awesome, man.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. I don't know. I just, it's fun for me.
That's the beauty of it, that it started just as a way for you to save your memories and as a
Exactly.
hobby and just as a passion and something that you liked. And then people start recognizing. And I think that's the beauty of what we all do. Like we start doing something natural because we like it, because it makes us feel good. And then when people like it and take inspiration, it's like I always say it's like a little chain. Like you don't know who you're inspiring, and the person doesn't know that you're inspired by them. So I'm
Exactly.
always very vocal. I always say it. I've always been like that. So if I see something in somebody that I like or I admire, I let them know. And it's amazing when somebody tells you, "Oh, I'm inspired by you," because I'm like, "Well, I'm inspired by you," and then it's like a positive chain that keeps going.
Yes. I met a fellow fan. He had showed on my videos, and I was like, hey, well, let's make a video for your cousin. And hey, bro, well, my cousin passed away last week, you know, and I was like, sorry to hear that, you know, but he's like, love it because he's been on your videos before, and I get to look back at him at one of his happiest moments. So now every time I see him, and he's part of the Spurs family, so I just walk around, tell everybody I'm happy this place, you know what I mean? Like, so I just go in there and I just it's only a couple months out of the year I get to do that. So go Spurs.
Go Spurs, go. That's right. And you can tell when somebody's passionate about it. And that's what he was telling my husband and I when we were at the game. He's like, "This is my happy place." And I totally identified with that because when we do what we love, like when I'm singing or I'm writing a song or when I'm studying law or when I'm writing a paper, people might not believe it, but that's my happy place. Like writing and advocating for things that I like and studying what I like. So how Hendog was saying, we interview so many people here, whether it's somebody like me who's a nerd and I'm a law student that likes to sing, or somebody that you like you who's a vlogger or a singer-songwriter that's been at it for 20, 30 years, or somebody that's up and coming. Everybody has a story to tell. And I think that's my motto and I'll stick to it. And I think everyone has a story to tell and we can learn something from each person.
Yeah. Came good. Came out of it good is like been learning how to edit like a foreign video and put it like in pieces, only like get the highlights. Like I said, I was able to make him a little highlight video. And he don't really like it, but I love it. His high moments and his wins and all that. So that's one out of it. Like I'm able to do that for my liking, my son. You know, like I don't know.
Yeah. That's something that I need to learn more of. And my husband was even amazed by that. I know Roy, I don't know if Roy told you, but he's like, wow, George is really good at editing. He can put all these things and the videos are so funny because it takes somebody to know like comedic timing just to know when to put like the music or like the little meme to make the whole video look good. So the editing, that's another question I wanted to ask you. How did you get better at that? Or what did you learn with a video or somebody taught you, or was that all like self-taught?
It was all self-taught. I was just like, I growing up, a bunch of movies, like that's all we did, just with VHS tapes everywhere, you know. And I like if something happened and it reminded me of a movie clip or whatnot, I did it real quick and put it in there. And if it made me laugh, some people don't get my humor, but
yeah,
like sometimes I'll get told like, man, nobody watches your video, you barely get any. I'm like, you know what? Like, one is more than what I would think I would be getting. You know, so
exactly. Like if nobody watches what we do or likes it, we're doing it, right? Like that's the main thing, to actually do what you wanted to do.
Yes,
whether somebody sees it or not.
I mean, and again, it's like I used to go there, and there's like my trip to New Orleans, I didn't really record anything. Really didn't record anything, but and on my way to Oklahoma, I was able to. We were sitting, chopping it up, waiting for an Uber. So it's just like I was able to capture being out there just on a road trip with him.
Yes, I think people identify with that. And like you're saying, I love taking pictures. Maybe it's an obsession. I don't know, but I can post a picture every day, maybe 5 pictures a day, and I write really fast. And that's just something that I like to do, whether people like it or not. I love to document. So what you're saying is funny because I started thinking that I need to record more little videos and be more of a vlogger because I think that's interesting. Like people sometimes like to see what it's like to live like your everyday life or what you're going through. So the fact that you're capturing those memories, I mean, that's a style that you do with your vlog with the Spurs too. You go out there and you greet the fans. So he not only records the game, but you're also greeting the fans after the game, and you record the experience before the game too when people are getting there. And me, you know, being a history major, that's historic. You know, that's going to be history, and that could be in the footage one day of like, you know, San Antonio history. And I think, by the way, George, my husband was reminding me, and I had forgotten about that. We had made it into like the newspaper, right? Like when we first met, remember that picture we took outside? There was, and I think that you forgot to send that picture, and I think I forgot to, but your daughter was in that picture, and you were there, I was there, so my husband was there, my daughter was there, and we made it into the San Antonio.
I think it was San Antonio Life or
yeah.
Yeah.
It was a magazine. We were outside somewhere there at the Spurs game, but
it was out of the Animal Dome. Yes, but like those games, everybody shows up for those games. You know what I mean? But like the guys that are against another nobody team, and you know what I mean? Like those are some of the 50 points, and just what I mean. It's just like you said, it's history. I don't know. I love doing it, and I'm gonna keep on doing it,
So
even if nobody watches or I've been told to get on TikTok because it's a lot like more interaction with fans and people, but you hang of it, and now you can't even download that thing.
So George, how did you get your foot in the door at the San Antonio Spurs? Like, I mean, I know you're a fan, and but how did you get that little wiggle room to, you know, to get in there, man? How did you do it?
Uh, I think it's my energy, to be honest. I walk in there and I'm happy to be there because as a kid I had the games, and and when we would go to the games, we were loud. Me and my sister be, hey, all right, chill out a little. But we've always been loud for our only major team. But I don't know. I just yards have met. I mean, people, and I got friends at low places like George Strait said.
Yes, the last game I was at with my husband and George was sitting next to us. I see George all of a sudden has a little bag and he's like, "Oh, I just went to headquarters," and he had the hookups and he had shirts and everything. So he knows everybody there. But we have a comment saying, Cristina Guerrero is saying, "Hi, y'all. Hi, Cristina. Thank you so much for watching."
Yeah, we got a lot of people checking in, man.
Hello.
I don't know why I can't see them over here on the chats over here, but we got people on TikTok, ladies and gentlemen. Give a few shout outs to our TikTok followers, ladies and gentlemen. We're live on TikTok, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, we got Candice Vargas tuning in. We got Paul and Jessica Espinosa all the way from Gilbert, Arizona checking in. We got Lydia Flores in the house. We got Rigo Rodriguez in the house, man. We got a lot of people checking in from all over, man. You got a big following, George. You got a big following, man. So no, I mean that's awesome, man. That you get to love to do what you do, man, as a vlogger, and put your creativity and editing to the test, man. And and then you get to put it out there for the fans, and for not just only your fans but yourself. You get to see all your amazing artwork behind it, your time that you put into it, and then you get to go see the games. You get to see the wins, the losses. You get to be there with just there in the excitement, man. I mean, the thing is, man, I love watching games on TV, and but I love watching them in person also, man. I mean, convenient at home with your bathroom, right? But when you go to the game, you gotta experience it, right? If you've never been to a game, you gotta experience, the halftime show, the timeouts. Then if you gotta go to the bathroom, you gotta go stand in the logo line. And then by the time you stand in that logo line, you already missed at least a couple of minutes off the time. And by the time you know it, they may have been down by 30. All of a sudden they're back down by 2 or up by 30. I mean, just the nick of the time, man, of how the thing works, man. But it's just an experience, man.
Yeah, well, for me, where my seats are located, best seats in the house. And I go in between the quarters. They're calling the timeout, so I'm in. I got it down to a science, brother.
No.
Yes. And for me, it's like as long as I have my drink and my nachos, I'm happy. When I don't get my drink and my nachos, and I'm not so happy. I don't drink alcohol, but I need everybody that knows me knows I have to have my soda or my water. But it's always a fun time at the games because, like you're saying, Hen Dog, you never know what's going to happen. Every game is different. I've gone to many of them. Many of them, it's just been my husband, and he sees George there, and my daughter goes. I remember before when George's daughter was younger, she would go. Now our kids want to do their own thing, so they don't go that often. But still a fun experience seeing everybody there. Everybody's dressed up sometimes with their big hats, and we just had the Spurs lady who was a big fan of the Spurs, Sovia Laureano. My husband and I went to pay our respects yesterday, and I didn't get to meet her, but my daughter did. Took a picture with her. I know George got to meet her as well, and she was just a very awesome person. And to me, as a Latina, as a feminist, she was a great example for women. So a shout out to her and her family. May she rest in peace. But the San Antonio community just reminds me so much of Houston and Laredo because it's just so I mean, it's just so welcoming. And every time we keep going to the games, we see familiar faces and like the same people sit in the same area, right, George? Like he can attest to that. So we all start knowing each other. So it's like a very familiar feeling.
And with the Spurs lady, the city honored her, so that's a Spurs Lady Day, April 6th. So
Yes, now she gets her day. That's amazing. That's awesome.
Yes, that is very awesome. Look here. We got our number one follower in La Casa, man. We got David Vela all the way from San Antonio. This guy
Hi,
used to be
David.
with the Oakland Raiders back in the day, man. Pro football team way back in the day. And he's a big follower of ours, man. Big David Vela is in the house. Now he's a film star, man. He's too busy.
He's an actor,
Uh,
great actor. Hi, David. Thank you for watching. You're awesome. You're amazing.
Also, shout out to our TikTokers over there, man. We got people on TikTok. I mean, I know I can't see the comments over here, but shout out to our TikTok followers over there. We got like 30 followers on TikTok already, ladies and gentlemen. We got 30 people watching this show on TikTok. So I think that's where they're at. They're on TikTok.
Yeah, you have a lot of your people on TikTok, George.
hey, y'all
And I'm not very
check
too
out my
tech savvy.
YouTube channel. My YouTube channel.
Thank you
And
so
we're
much
also
for
live on
watching,
YouTube, man.
David. Now I can see David's comment here too. Hi, David. He's saying hello, hen dog, Maria Linda, Mabry, and George. Thank you so much, David. Big film star and star. So thank you so much for.
So George, what kind of advice can you give somebody that wants to be a vlogger, editor, or wants to do something like kind of similar to what you're doing? Or, I mean, and not just follow your steps, man, but just guide them into the right path, man. And what kind of advice could you lead them into who wants to start something like that?
Something on Netflix one time. It was just called Point and Shoot. Like just something that you would want to watch later. Just put it on. There's probably millions of people that want to watch the same thing. A lot of people love reaction videos. Like I recorded us getting the number one, recording it myself because I was like, am I gonna be happy or am I gonna be pissed? Thank God I was happy, and Houston was pissed. But yeah, I just that video alone got over a goal by itself. And it's a long form video, so a lot of people don't like watching those. I never know because there's a bunch of people that probably remember what they were doing, walking around, and like, are we gonna get Wimby or are we not gonna get Wimby? So I don't know. Just putting it. It comes a time. Like I've tried 3 different programs, and the one I like is VN. I don't even know what it's called. VN. That's what I looked on I hope it's VN. So I was like, that's what it is. I'm gonna rock with this one, and yeah.
That's the editing software that you use. It's called VN.
Yeah, VN.
Oh.
I don't understand for it because I really don't know. But,
Video
like,
network, probably video network, probably.
If that's what works, keep sticking to that. But now that you're saying Houston, I remember when we were at the game and George all of a sudden tells my husband, "What are you wearing?" And I look up and my husband had his Houston Rockets fan. And I'm like, okay, I have to represent Houston as well because I was born in Laredo, raised in Houston, and now I represent San Antonio as well. But George is like, no, it has to be San Antonio. And my husband's like, nope, R for Roy and Houston. So we represent all our cities, but George is like, diehard San Antonio Spurs, but like with me, I'm divided. I have 3.
And I see it, Maria Linda. I see it. I see it. I see his studio. I see his studio back there. He's got all kinds of Spurs gear over there. He's got it looks like he's got bobbleheads. He's got posters. He's got all the knickknacks, man.
Yeah,
they're all over.
Yeah, he has. That's so cool. We have to design our own shirts, hen dog. We keep going back to the shirts, but my shirt has to have Laredo, San Antonio, and Houston because I represent my 3 cities. I can't pick just one. I'm sorry.
It's just like with the Cowgirls, man. It's all San Antonio Brahmas or gunslingers, and for baseball, it's no other team other than my Spurs or anything San Antonio. You know what I mean? College. I used to like Texas Longhorns when I was in the Army, but going against other states out there. You know what I mean? I came back home. UTSA got a football team. To me,
Oh, it's frozen. George, he's frozen.
He's frozen.
Somebody's saying hello. Paul Espinosa, thank you so much. He's saying Phoenix Suns. Yeah. Hello, Raza. Thank you so much for watching, Paul.
That's the managers of the New Mexico Radio Talk Show in La Casa, man, all the way from Arizona. We got La Doña Chingona All-Star Radio Podcast in La Casa. We got Jesse Torres, La Doña Chingona in the house, man. Bienvenidos a todos. Oh, George, you're sideways.
Oh, he's back. You're back. You were frozen in time. You went back in time and you came back. And Doc says a la máquina. You went on a time machine and you came back. Okay, like who else is on? I can't see the comments, and Dog. So if you see any other shout outs, let me know. Some are coming in, but some are not. But thank you so much, Paul, for watching. Thank you for your support.
No, we got a lot of people in the house, man. We can't hear you, George. I know you were trying to talk over there. We couldn't hear you.
Audio you were closing for a little bit. Can you hear us? Oh, you're muted. You're muted. And I think my husband's watching the show. He's watching us live, and I can hear like the echo. Because he's in the living room watching. So thanks, Mary, for the support.
Right. Thanks. Thanks for the support. Is he watching on the Roku channel?
I believe so.
He's watching on the big screen.
Yes.
Yeah, man. I think the aliens got to George over there. Can you hear us, George?
Can you hear us, George? Yeah, we see you, but I think I don't know if you're muted.
You might have to log out and log back in.
You put maybe he put the mute button on. Yeah. He'll be back.
Yeah. He'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, man. George got to see him, man, all the way from San Antonio, man. Die-hard Spurs fan, vlogger, man, for the San Antonio Spurs. What an awesome, man, to sit there and capture videos, photos, and then take them home, take them to your software, and do your little editing, put your little backgrounds, put your little wording, your little hashtag, and then put your little logo, and then put it out there on your TikTok, your Facebook, your YouTube, and all your social media sites for all your fans and people that follow you. And then, they take very good care of him at the Spurs games, man. When he's there, he's got good seats.
Yes, I think he's back. You're back, George. Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Maybe.
Can you hear me?
There we go.
I can hear you. I think the connection was bad for a little bit, but you're back, so that's what counts.
Y'all threw me out because I was talking about Houston, huh?
Houston is cool too. I love Houston, but go Spurs.
No, we didn't do that. We didn't do that, brother. We didn't do that. Maria Lina may have been better than that.
Go Spurs, go! Thank you so much, Luis. Spurs, we have Luis watching.
That's the lead singer, man, for Loca Pasión in La Casa, man.
Thank you so much, Luis, for watching. They are awesome. They an amazing band, and he's a great vocalist. Thank you so much.
On another note, the Spurs won tonight, 126 to 125, ladies and gentlemen. So go Spurs, go!
Yay! My husband was watching the game. I saw that. I didn't even know they won, but thank you for letting us know. Yay! That's amazing. My husband was watching the game, so hi to my husband, Roy. He's watching us, so thank you for supporting the show.
What up, Roy?
He's there watching on the big screen, like Hen Dog said. One day he might co-host with you guys, because my husband was in communications too. He was a camera guy, so I'm like, one day you and Hen Dog have to co-host a show together.
La máquina, let me know. I'm down to help everybody, man. Yes. So it's all about, man. Support La Onda, man. No, but I mean, going back to George here, man. He's got the hot seats, man, at the Spurs game, man. Get to meet different fans, different people, different athletes, agents. How cool is that, man? I mean, yeah, you can't, bother them, when they're doing their thing, when they're practicing or doing their thing, but a little autograph here and there, for your memorabilia of your wall there. I mean, how cool is that?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's a blessing to be honest.
Exactly.
Like going back to New Orleans, one of the security guards, he now works for Cleveland. So when
Oh
he
wow.
comes out, you know what I mean? I'm gonna hopefully get an autograph from Spider Mitchell. I'm a Spurs fan, but for my son, he's a Spider-Man Mitchell fan. So I need to get him an autograph. You know, that's why I'm calling in favors like that, man, because I don't want nobody for like, oh, can you get me over here to meet this person or whatever? But he told me next time I'm in town, you know what I mean. So I told him I was
That's
like, I'm gonna
awesome, man.
And all the
yeah.
Spurs fans are so amazing and so warm, and they're so talkative. I remember we met some other people there, and I think it was at another game, right, George? That I always like to get little free stuff, like little cositas. That's the Laredoan in me. And somebody had spinners, and I was like, okay, one for my son, for my son, for my daughter. And George is like, do you want more than that? I'm like, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
And I was gonna give some to the family next to me, but I just like I totally forgot. I'm like, that would have been too much asking for them, but I should have asked because I think George and his friend had a lot of spinners like to give away.
Yeah,
So
we you know, like it's not really cheap to be at the game, you know what I mean? So you spend so much money on the tickets already, and then you're trying to bring your children to enjoy the Spurs like you used to,
Exactly.
and you look at the fan shop and everything's pricey, you know. And one of my friends, she's a teacher, a school teacher. She makes fidget spinners from the 3D printer, and there's
Okay.
Spurs fidget spinners. So do I have one? I might have one here somewhere, but she makes Spurs fidget spinners, and the kids love them. Like
yes, they're so
they're
cute. So shout out to her.
yeah. We just the only thing we ask is if I can record them and they yell "Go Spurs Go," and that's the only thing. And they yell "Go Spurs Go," I'll hand them one. They yell "Go Spurs Go" loud, I'll hand them a couple of them. But it's just something for the kids, you know. Like yeah, it's a family, you know. Like we want them to come back, you know. If they don't like it because they couldn't buy nothing, then they're not gonna want to ever come back to a game.
Exactly. No, the thing is, man, is like I was telling Maria Linda, man. The thing is, man, is with these games, man. I mean, yeah, it gets kind of pricey, man. And I mean, I've been to San Antonio Spurs game. I've been to well, I'm gonna put this out there. I've been to Dallas Cowboys game because I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. Um, and I mean, yeah, I mean, it gets a little pricey, man. But you're there watching your favorite sport, your favorite team. I mean, they may win, they may lose. You never know. You're there having a good time with your family, your friend, or even by yourself, yelling at you're yelling from, well, me, I got to sit way at the top because that's the only seats I can afford.
Hey, but you're there. That's what
Hey,
matters.
bro,
You're there.
you get a better
Yeah,
view, bro.
you get the bird's eye view.
You get a better view. Hey, I'm short, believe me. I don't like sitting down low. I'd rather sit up where there's nobody in front.
Hey, when I was at the Luis Miguel concert, I paid $300 and I was all the way up and I enjoyed it. I had fun. I didn't care. So the main part is just to enjoy ourselves.
Ah, la máquina. Look at this. We got a comment from Douglas. Justice says, George, what has been your favorite championship? And go Rockets, go! They are red hot because no more Luca matchups. A la máquina.
Yeah, I would have to say 05 because I was able to walk in with bragging rights. Talking to my, you know what I mean, my people that were in with basic training with me. But we missed out on a lot of championships earlier in my life because of the Rockets. That's why I can't stand the Rockets, man.
Hey, man.
Yeah, but I'm happy Luca's gone.
Ay, ay, ay. Here we go. Here we go with the Luka Doncic.
Yeah, I'm happy he's gone.
I just have so many great memories with both the Spurs and the Rockets that I love them both because I used to watch the Rockets game with my Mima in Houston. So I love them, but I love the Spurs too because I've been San Antonio now for 9 years. So I love San Antonio, I love Houston, and I love Laredo because that's my birth city. We have a question
I
from
respect
Luis.
everybody.
Would you rather the ticket price is high because the team is doing great, or the ticket prices go down because the team is doing horrible? I think it's frozen again. That's a great question, Luis. Thank you so much for submitting a question. I think when George comes back, because he went back in time again.
Are we?
Or maybe forward in time. You were frozen again, George. Do you want me to repeat the question? Or are you?
No,
It's right there. Would you
I
rather?
understand why the ticket prices are going up. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I understand why the ticket prices are going up. Of course, I would love for them to be dirt cheap, but I mean, they're putting a great product on display. You know what I mean? And of course, the last couple of years they really haven't been, but like the whole experience is just amazing. So like, I'm glad the prices are going up. To be honest, it makes me some money. No, but like the reason I say that is because like I'll do a raffle. I'll do like a $10 raffle for 2 tickets, and the reason is because the prices are they're pretty crazy. You know what I mean? And
Right?
like and somebody could win. The last person that won some Warriors tickets, he only won them for $10. He only bought one spot, and he was the winner. You know, like you don't have to buy 20 of those spots. You know, just one spot, and you have a chance to win.
Hey, well, you're gonna have to let me know when you do those raffles because, hey, just because I'm not a Spurs fan, man. I like to go to the games. Period, man. To me, I just like watching it live, man. I mean, me and my mom were just talking the other day. We had never been to a hockey game, and that's probably, I mean, other than soccer, um, I mean, those are two sports that I would like to go check out professionally: soccer and hockey. I've checked out every other sport um, except for those two sports, but you know, it's the experience, man. You're there with your friends, you're there with your family, you get to see all the action, and then of course, you don't get all the TV timeouts and commercials. You get to see all the action. So if somebody's over there fist fighting because of a flagrant foul, you get to see that before the television.
Yeah.
We saw fights, and my husband and George saw fights, and they saw the Cheese Man. They told me, so I couldn't believe all the fights that they saw.
Linda
But
was like,
yeah,
what, where? Oh yeah, look at.
yeah, I have to be in the Cheese Man. But we have another question from one of our followers from the show, Douglas. He's asking if you want cheap prices, go on Game Time. Never trust other websites. Just saying.
Yeah,
I'm not.
that's a perfect website to go to because it has prices and taxes included. You know, you might click like when I try to sell a ticket to a friend, they're like, "Well, can you do it for this price?" And I'm like, "Well, this is the cheapest price I could do because I'm losing out on money on the other end." But then they'll go to Ticketmaster and they'll be like, "Well, look how much it is," and I'm like, "Well, go to checkout," and then they add all the taxes on, and it's another
Right,
$100.
exactly.
So,
And, and, you know, and George,
I've
you know
always
who the
wanted
rest,
tickets. It'd be game time. Game
and
time.
you know who the worst people are at that is your friends and your family that always want
Yep.
the freebies or the
Yep. That's
discounts.
why I won't sell to nobody I know. I won't sell to nobody I know. Go. I'll have them posted. Y'all go check them out. But the raffles, I mean, like I said, it's 2 tickets. You know what I mean? Like I always, because I was giving them away the last couple of seasons, and now it's like, nah, people want to actually go to the games now.
Yes, we were talking about that at the game, my husband and I and George, because of Wemby. Now we have such a big star with the San Antonio Spurs. So you see the difference of people wanting to see him, and it's just so much better because it is more packed. I had noticed that before the attendance was dwindling some, in a way, but now you see a lot of people that are excited, and he brought so much excitement to the game. But my favorite three players will always be Manu and just to see Ginobili and Parker and all that experience that we had there with all those players, to me was amazing, and to me they were great. But the new generation is great as well. So
Well, Maria Linda, you can't forget about the tall guy, man. You can't forget about Tim Duncan.
and Tim Duncan, yes, him, the three, yeah.
Yeah.
They were the
The,
magic three, but yeah, the new generation that's coming up is also really great, and the franchise is amazing. And every time I go, even though I have the same picture, I take pictures again by the rings, and it's like the same picture but a different vibe, a different pose. Even my daughter's like, "Mom, you already took that picture." I'm like, "I don't care. This is history. Like, I'm taking it again." But I didn't
That's
know
how.
what game time was until you guys told me. I had no idea. So that's
Yeah.
important information. And Ticketmaster, I know Ticketmaster because that's where I bought my Luis Miguel tickets, but I had no
But
idea.
I'm working on getting me a promo code off of off of Game Time.
So what is Game Time for people that don't know? Is that
It's another spot to buy tickets from other fans. Again, you can click on there where it has fees added, so everything's right in front of you, and you can also see from there, like they'll show you a picture of the view from your seat, so you'll
Yeah,
know more or
yeah,
less.
it's
Like
pretty
sometimes you'll
cool.
buy a
Yeah,
ticket, and then there's a wall in front of you, or there's a pole in front of you, or it's just
oh,
obstructed view, and you still pay the price for the ticket, but you don't really get the experience of seeing everything because it's obstruction view. But yeah,
oh,
Game Time
nice.
is
But it is a legitimate website where they
yes,
can
it
go
is.
in there. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
it's perfect. Ask Roy. I've told him about it plenty of times.
yes. And he's saying Douglas is saying the fundamental. I don't know what that refers to, but
Yeah, Timmy D, the big fundamental, Mr. Riverwalk, Old Man
yes.
Riverwalk.
Oh yes, and then David Vela saying silver and black. Yes, and I had to represent. I'm wearing black and white, the Spurs colors. So
Every day. I don't think I have any regular shirts. It's all Spurs.
all Spurs. And we
Yeah.
have a question, George. Have you ever considered doing videos for a small fee?
Um, I'm always open for donations, but I don't feel like my work is good enough to be charging people, But I would love to help for your graduation, yours and Roy's graduation. I made a little intro video
Yes,
on
that was
that, and
amazing. My husband and I graduated with my master's and my husband graduated with his bachelor's in the same month. So George was so sweet and he made a video for us and my husband showed it to me and I was like, "Oh, that's so sweet. Tell George thank you so much." But where can they contact you, George, if they just want, to get a hold of you, maybe for some events? Because I know that you mentioned that sometimes you go to charities and people invite you. Where can they get a hold of you? What is your official social media platform that you use? How can they get a hold of
on on Instagram I go George go 321. Um, I'm there yelling like just like the picture they have. But and then my YouTube channel, Go George Go 321 on there also. I really don't even know like how I would go about like putting my contact out there or nothing, but it just to me it's just fun, and if I can help somebody with a video for their memories, I wouldn't mind. But
you?
just doing it.
And that's what's so amazing now about technology that all of us are public people, whether we have Facebook or not, or whether we have Instagram, or whether you're an artist or not. I think all of us are
exactly.
public people because in a globalist society that we live in, we work with people every day. So everybody knows about us, they know who we are, and it's just good to communicate. So, I mean, that's amazing. If somebody wants to get a hold of you, and I think it's important to put the 3121 you said, because one
Yeah,
time I typed George Go and it was something else. It wasn't your channel, it was another channel. So they
yeah.
have to put that number in there.
So
Say it
you're
again.
following. So you're following a different George and not the right George, right?
Yeah, so you follow the right George. So yours is George Go 321, correct?
Yes, man. But see, and that's like a lot of people can't find me because it's Go George Go, right? But it's Go GE0 RGEGO. You know what I mean? So it's like a lot of people get thrown off with the zero for the O, but it's like I said, I used to be a hero when I was in the army. Now I'm a big zero, so had to throw it in the middle. But yeah, it's Go George Go 321 on Instagram, and I had a TikTok, but I really couldn't get the gist of it.
But now Hen Dog is the expert on TikTok. He's gonna help us go live on TikTok. He
Yeah,
told
we're
me
live on
before the
TikTok, man.
show. You told me before the show I'm going live on TikTok. I'm like, Hen Dog, later we can discuss that because I am not too tech savvy, but I do want to go on TikTok. But Hen Dog already knows he has the hang on TikTok already.
Well, if you want
Lydia,
to put your stuff on my TikTok, man, don't be shy, man. I'll put it out there for you guys, man. I'm here to support everybody, man. That's what it's all about, man. That's what our show's all about, man. The Mets Radio Talk Show. We're here to help everybody. We're here to, put stuff out there for people, and that's why we have different guests on our show, rather if it's Tejano, Conjunto, Cumbia, videographers, vloggers. Hey, man, we got it
Boleros.
all on our show. Boleros, we have it all. Maria Linda's a singer herself, singer
Mm,
songwriter.
I love to see.
She's a host on the show, And man,
Law
we
student?
just we
Law
have a
student.
fun man.
Officially law student now.
A la máquina. You hear that? She's gonna come and serve me some papers after the show. A la máquina.
I can represent y'all in about 3 years. Lydia is saying hello. She's a great singer as well. I love her music. I love her voice, and she's going to be on tomorrow. Lydia Flores. So make sure you watch the show and you tune in. Thank you so much, Lydia, for watching. She's going to be the guest tomorrow, the special guest. So you can't miss it.
No, right. I'll try to make it here. At what
Let's
time?
see.
9 o'clock also?
Look at
9
look at-
o'clock, right? Lydia's going to be on tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Lydia Flores.
9 p.m. 9 p.m. official time, Texas time. George, from all your memorabilia, which one is your favorite, and
Right.
can we see it? A la máquina. He might charge you.
What's your favorite? And
Ah,
can
no,
we
Right here.
Wow.
explain
It's,
to us the history behind that?
Hey, that's a VHS. A la máquina.
I remember those. I'm from 1980.
In 1989 finals, the official video of the finals, and it was actually gifted to me by one of my little cousins. His father passed away, and he was going through all his stuff, and he called me up and he was like, "Cuz, I don't think I would want to have it anywhere else other than with you, cuz if you don't plan on selling it, you know what I mean." I was like, "Man, hell no, I would never, you know." So
Man, that's a classic right there, George.
99. Wow.
this one is one of my prized possessions, and then the one I take everywhere.
The Spurs ring. Wow, that's so cool. I love jewelry. Can anybody tell? Rings.
I just purchased a home, so my dad was like, "I got you a little housewarming gift. You know, I know you're married to the Spurs." So it throws
Rings the Spurs.
it throws the females off. They think I'm married, you know, but I'm single, you know. So,
no, George. What you do is you put the ring on, right? You have the ring on, and then when you see somebody, hey, what's up? Oh, put it in
You
your pocket.
hide it.
Oh, what's up?
I'm afraid of losing it though.
Right?
I take it off. I wash my hands. I wash my face or whatever, and I'll take off my ring. Quick heart attack every 5 minutes.
Yes, that's what with jewelry. I'm always like that. You can ask Roy, babe, where's my ring? Where did I leave my ring? But yes, Lydia is saying thank you, and David Vela said Lydia is an amazing, phenomenal singer. Yes, she is, and we're excited to have her here tomorrow. Douglas is saying, do you have the VCR too? Do you have the VCR?
No, and I wouldn't put it in the VCR because I'm afraid of it.
Yes, don't.
VCRs, they'll eat the tape up. I wouldn't even risk it, man. I could watch it on YouTube, you know, but yeah, that one's it's retired already.
Got another one from Douglas Justice says, George, when it is your birthday, do you throw a silver and black party?
I don't have enough friends to throw a party like that.
Maybe now you do with all the following. Just let us know where the party is. As long as there's Diet Coke and cake, and I'll be there. And I'm sure a lot of people will be there.
Hey, George, as long as you got a spot for me to hook up my podcast and my DJ equipment, bro, I'm there, man. Shoot, yeah. Hey, man, backyard pool party at George's place. Hell yeah, we're there.
Hendog's there. Hey, he'll travel to be the DJ. Hendog's a DJ, a promoter. Just let him know and he'll be there.
Hey, I'm everywhere.
I'm holding to it, brother.
Man, maybe when I go to San Antonio, man, we could catch a Spurs game, man. Man, it's been a while, man. It's been a couple of years since I've been to a Spurs game. Me and my brother-in-law and my sister, we got invited, man, to go to a Spurs game with a good friend of ours, man, Mark Martinez from Freddie Records. He's a big ginormous WWE fan and a freaking Spurs fan as well. And he's like, hey, man, would you like to come to the Spurs game? I'm like, sure, heck yeah. So we got back, we got to the show, we got to do our thing over the weekend, we got to the award show, and then we got back, we got some tickets to go to the Spurs game. What an honor, man, to sit there and got to see. And I think it was when they were doing the Tim Duncan, the 50th anniversary, and got to see him come out and get his little recognition. And I mean, it was cool, man. It was the Spurs against the Suns. Awesome time, man. You know, I had a good time, had a couple brewskis, and you know, you got to have the popcorn, you know. I mean, I mean, here's the thing, man. I like popcorn from home. I like the soda pops from home. I like the nachos from home, right? With a little bit of jalapenos or jalapenos or whatever you want to put on your nachos. But it's nothing like when you go to a ballpark or you go to a basketball game or you go to a football game and you get those nice nachos and that nice popcorn and that nice drink. I mean, I don't know what it is. I mean, it's really good, man.
It's because we spent $10 on it, so it makes
Yeah,
it
that's what I was about to say. You're gonna savor the flavor. You spend so much on it.
$9 on a drink. So I even keep the cup. My husband's like, Linda, you're obsessed. Like, look at all the cups you have. You haven't thrown them away, but like,
Well,
I
yeah,
paid
you're paying for the
$9
cup.
for it. I
You're
paid
paying like
$9
20
for
bucks for
it.
a
So
cup.
I'm keeping it.
And you can tell I'm a single dad, right? Because all my pantry is just all cups of the Spurs. They're like, I don't want to use that cup. Can you buy regular cups? I'm like, I did. I bought this cup.
And dog,
Well,
but maybe you can DJ at a game one day because my husband and I always take pictures of the DJs there and we record the DJs. And I'm like, I take a picture, I'm with the DJ because they really set the ambiance, the ambiente, and they put the music. And it's just amazing, like to see them as well. And like I was telling George, he records the pre-show and the after show and during the game. So all that is a cool experience to get to know because for people that are watching his vlog and his YouTube channel that might not be from Texas and want to experience, he gives people that experience of what it's like as soon as you're arriving to the game. So if you see a lot of his videos, sometimes my husband, my daughter come out or I come out or other fans and he catches you right when you're going in and right when you're in the game and the experience and the way he puts it all together, it's really nice. So I would, invite people to go watch the videos.
well, maybe one day I can make it to San Antonio and go check out the Spurs game and be able to hear it one day.
Yes,
Yeah.
and you'll
One
be
day,
on the
one day.
vlog. George will put you in the vlog. You'll be in the vlog.
Well, the thing is, Maria Linda and George, I just don't like stepping on nobody's toes. I mean, I get an invite. Hey, I'm there. I don't like stepping on no DJ's toes. That's just the way it works, man. I'm respectful to all the DJs that DJ in San Antonio, and not just in San Antonio. I'm very respectful and where all these DJs are from. And I wouldn't like anybody coming to my home city and say, hey, I'm going to plug into your PA or plug into the club's PA or plug into your DJ
You
board.
can be a
No.
substitute. If they're absent one day, you can substitute for them.
But you got to remember, they got two of them. They got one on
Yeah, there's
the
two.
and they got one that's the arena DJ.
Yeah, there's two of them. And then once you have your card, we can put in a good word for you. Hey, if you guys are ever absent, we know a DJ from New Mexico, and I know Hen Dog would be happy to do it if he's available. So
Hey, man, I'm always available.
he's always available.
I'm working.
That's what I like
I'm
about
working
Hen
on
Dog.
getting
He's
my
passionate about it. We have so many questions. What is your favorite jersey and player, George?
Where?
my favorite jersey to wear is I would have to say my Jeremy Sohan jersey. I got it autographed in the front and the back. To me, it's my lucky jersey. You know what I mean? Like being able to meet him is pretty cool because you hear from a lot of people and they're like, "Man, he's an asshole." You know what I mean? Like he's not really too friendly with the fans or whatever. And I'm like, he's always friendly to me. He always says what's up. Like I don't know.
He's
You know what I mean? Like, but it must be he has the hair like Dennis Rodman. People think he has the attitude also. Really cool dude.
No, but the thing is, George is like, okay, man. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're a professional athlete or a professional singer or a professional DJ or podcaster or whatever. I mean, some people just don't want to be bothered, and the way some people come at you can maybe trigger something for these, athletes and people and personnel. I mean, and that's how it comes off, to some of these fans that want the autograph or want a picture. And I mean, these guys are there to do their thing, and of course, fans and what make these people and make the artists all the way around. Um, and I mean, I'm not big headed, but when I get there to the big level, I'm still going to take care of my fans, take a picture, take an autograph. But there's times where you don't want to be bothered. You want to just get in there, do your thing. You're practicing, you're doing your thing, and you just want to get home. And some people just come off, um, oh, let me get a picture. Let me cut somebody in line just to get a picture, get an autograph. and it just see and these athletes, these professionals, and they just see it kind of different, man. So
Yeah, as
Yeah, I
long as
don't
you're
know, man.
respectful and you ask, so that's always
exactly,
the key, to be respectful and
right,
ask first. Yeah,
Yeah,
and if they
well,
say no, that's fine, but at least you asked.
exactly, exactly.
it kind of trips me out too when like people that see my videos want to come and take a picture with me, and it's like, yeah,
Yes.
bro.
Yeah, you have fans and people want to take a picture, and George loves pictures like I do, so I don't even have to ask him. He's like, Linda, picture, and yes, and I pose like for his videos. So a
Yeah,
lot of people love pictures. A lot of people don't, but that's
a
okay.
lot of my pictures are kind of blurred though because I'll be recording and I'll just, you know what I mean, I'll get a picture off of the like I'll just there's like a button on the iPhone where you could get a picture off the video, and that's how I'll be getting most of my pictures. They don't really come out nice. There's a
You're
lot of
living the
stuff that
moment.
I
You're
just
living the moment. And then
yeah.
there's a dicho, there's a saying in Spanish that says, I don't know if you guys have heard it, but it's lo bailado, nadie te lo quita. Like what you've lived, like nobody can take it away from you. So I think that's a good message that we can share to people. So even though we
One
might
thing,
spend the money, we lived it, and that's the important part.
yeah, one thing like one of my older cousins told me was that I remind her of my grandfather because he was recording everything always. Like he always had a handheld camcorder and he would be walking around. He wasn't in too many of the videos, but you could hear his voice and you know what I mean because he was out there recording like he was recording what he was seeing, you know.
Yeah.
But now they have the front facing cameras, so I could.
That's so
But
now you can make it into the video. I'm right here. But that's amazing. I love how you mentioned your grandfather, because my grandfather was the same way. He recorded us singing. He always loved taking pictures. So did my grandma. So the fact that you're acknowledging your grandparents too, and that I think inadvertently we end up becoming a lot of how our grandparents were, because those genes get passed down to us, and what our parents liked and our grandparents liked, what they were passionate about, we end up being passionate about it. So most of us that are artistic, that love to talk or love to communicate and sing and be involved with the arts, that runs in our family. So it's beautiful that we can bring a smile or make somebody laugh and make somebody's day, and that's what artistry is all about, just the laughter and sharing the love with people.
yeah, and speaking of that, another thing that made me want to post on YouTube and stuff like that is I would look at my kids and they would be watching other kids or other people's life, you know, and I'm
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
like, and I would catch myself watching other people at an event or you know what I mean, I was like I was there, I remember this, and I had a better angle, and you know what I mean. So I don't know, it's fun for me, you know, because once my kids go to sleep, I'm just there, and my mind used to run and run and run and run, and now I get to sit there and and put something there. Everybody, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, some people
So
probably walk by and think I'm kind of crazy,
No, that I'm laughing
which
all
I
the time. My
am.
husband's like, "Are you okay?" But you made a good point. Sometimes we can watch other people's lives, but our life is interesting too, right? We can record
Yeah,
it, capture it, and watch our own memories as well and share them with people.
yeah,
well,
man.
you know what's crazy that you say that, George. You know that your kids go and watch everybody else's vlogs and videos and all that stuff. And I record all these shows. They go uploaded on my Roku channel as soon as I get done after the shows, and they stay on YouTube as well, unless YouTube blocks me for some odd reason. For content or whatever. You know how YouTube is.
Yeah,
But it stays on on my YouTube channel, and it stays on my Facebook channel as well. But you know, and people always ask me, "Hey, have you ever go back and listen to your interviews and see how dumb you sound and how crazy you sound?" Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
yeah,
I
Oh
mean,
well,
I
that's
mean,
life.
sometimes I will go catch something, like if I said something wrong or try to correct it for the next show, but I mean, I don't know if it's I'm too busy or I don't know what it is, man. But I'll go watch everybody else's podcast and everybody else's YouTube channel and TikTok and see what I can do better for my show. When I should be looking at my show to see what I need to do and how to ask questions or whatever I need to do to better my shows. Um, but it's crazy because I don't take the time to go back and look at my interviews. To look at all of our co-hosts' interviews on the show, see how they done, and I mean, I know they do great, when I'm here and when I'm not here. So, but yeah, I don't, I really don't go back and look at my previous shows unless I really need to or have to.
And dog, and we
Yeah.
were talking about that the other day because I told you what I love about this show is that we're like a family, we're a team, and everybody has their own style. There's a lot of co-hosts. There's gentlemen that help us co-host. There's other ladies like myself that help and Hen Dog. And I told Hen Dog what I love about our show is that what you see is what you get. Everybody, the way you see them is how we genuinely are. So that this is our personality and everybody brings something different to the table. And I think that's what, makes the show stronger because you're going to get something different with every show. Everybody's style is going to shine through. So I think that's amazing with a podcast. And that's why I love watching podcasts because it's like a conversation, like a
Yeah.
natural conversation that you would have at your house at the family table. Like I would talk to my abuelitos at the table in la mesa, tomando café or whatever, drinking our coffee. And it's those types of conversations where you get to meet people.
No, of
Yeah.
course. And you're right. Everybody has their own cup of tea. You got your questions. I got my questions. George may have his questions. He may turn the script and ask us a question. I've had that, numerous times on the show where the guests would turn around and say, "Hey, how did you start your podcast? Or how did you start DJing?" I'm
Yeah.
like, "Oh crap! I didn't know I was going to get interviewed."
No lie. I was gonna ask you how do you go about doing it like this? You know what I mean? Like where you can actually talk to somebody else and interview them. You know what I mean? Because I've met people and like I want like interesting people. Like one of the pictures that you showed was a Crucito from Blood In Blood Out, and one time I asked him if he was gonna have some time to stitch up my khakis. And he thought that was pretty funny, and he came and we chopped it up. And then I would have loved to have a platform so I could you know what I mean, like interview him, set up something where I could not where obviously I wouldn't be able to just meet him up at a restaurant or whatnot, but something like this set up like whenever he has time to, you know what I
No,
mean?
this platform is an awesome platform, man. It is called Restream, man. It's a pretty, it's not, I wouldn't say pretty expensive, but it's right in the middle, man. And I mean, back in the days, man. And I always have to say this on all the shows because back in the day, you would have to go to each city or each town to promote your business, to promote your shows, to promote what you're doing, but you would have to travel to that radio station to do that. And just like Maria Linda said, the technology that we have today, that you can just go from one point to the next and buy a link and bam, or just straight from Facebook, man. Um, I haven't figured out the whole Facebook thing yet, but there's a way when you go live on Facebook, you can send an invite to Maria Linda, or you can send it to Crucito, or you can send it to whoever you want to bring on your show. I just haven't figured it out yet because I was supposed to have another artist on our show that wasn't able to access this platform. And, you know, I had to go to plan B and plan B didn't work. And I'm like, oh crap. Because I'm not too tech savvy with all this technology, man. And it's a lot of work, man. But the thing is the technology, man. If we didn't have all this technology, I would have to travel to San Antonio to go do the interview and then probably record it and then bring it to the show somehow, some way. Same thing with your vlogging. You wouldn't be using the VN or whatever it stands for. You wouldn't be able to use that software. You'd have to find something different, back in the day. Technology, man, technology makes things happen, man. And I love this platform. I love this, man. Like I said, man, I'm here to help people, man. I, if people are gonna take my business, go ahead, man. I'm just kidding.
But
There's
let's get it
more
all
for everybody,
together.
man. There's more for everybody, man. That's the way I see it, man.
Yes, there's room for everybody. The sun shines for everybody, like it says in Spanish. El sol sale para todos. So, where there's a will, there's a way. If you love something, if it's your passion, like George said, just do it. Just go for it.
And
And
George, I
That's
just
it.
sent you a friend request on Facebook también too. So if you ever need help, man, with anything, man, don't ever hesitate to give any one of us a call, man. We're here to help, man. If you got an event going on, if you want to do your raffle on the live stream here, let Maria Lina know, or even shoot me a message. Let me know. We'll do a quick live. Doesn't have to be the whole full hour torpedo, but we can do a quick little live to do the raffle ticket. Bam, get the people whoever won their 2 tickets, and um, just we're just like helping people, man. We're like showing support. That's the main thing of our shows is showing support, man.
yes.
Is to all our guests, to all our peoples, to all our fans. And the way I see it is, man, is our fans is what make us so. That's why we got to be on 4 nights a week, or 2 nights a week, or 3 nights a week, and consistency is key. We always start at 8 o'clock my time, 9 o'clock Texas, and we just have a good time. We have fun. We have different guests every single week, every single night, and I'm proud of my team. Um, but yeah, man, it's just a platform, man. Technology. One day I googled best podcast software. Google University.
Yeah.
I mean,
Google.
Google University, man. No kidding. I put better podcast software. Nobody trained me on this. I learned it all off of just Google and YouTube universities, man.
It's your determination. You were determined to do it. And we support all the other podcasts too. There's amazing podcasts, and I'm supportive of all the podcasts, all the artists, because it, like I told Hen Dog, it takes a lot of guts for all of us to say, hey, this is my personality, this is my project, whatever project it may be, whether it's a big, medium or small project.
Exactly.
It takes guts because some people will like it, some won't, but that's normal and that's fine because not everybody's gonna like us, but not everybody's gonna dislike us. You're gonna find your tribe.
Exactly.
You're going to find the people that do like you, and that's what we focus on. And like Ken Doc said, this is a platform where we like to help everybody, and people from all walks of life can come in and showcase their talent and their art and anything they're involved with that they want to share with the community.
And it takes a lot of guts to be a co-host as well, man. If you don't know how to talk, you don't know how to carry a combo, you're gonna be in deep dookie, man.
Yes.
There's some people that are shy. There's some people that well, what am I gonna ask next? Well,
Luckily, I don't have that problem. Maybe I talk too much, but yeah, it's not as easy as it seems. And I think the key of communications, I believe that anybody can do it. Anybody's a communicator, but just be yourself. Just be yourself, and it might not be perfect, but people are getting the genuine authenticity, like of your soul, like of who you are. And I think people respond to that.
and it's just like like when you do your thing, George, in at the Spurs game. Yeah, people may think it's easy, but it's not, man. You got to have the right camera angle, you got to have the right camera, got to have the right lens, and all that stuff ain't cheap, man. I went to Wally World the other day, went to Walmart. I said, "A la máquina, $500 for a camera."
That's my favorite store. I love Walmart and I love Amazon.
Hey, but the thing about that is they don't let nobody take in no cameras in there like that. So a lot of it's been through this thing right here, man. Like I'm serious. A lot of it's been through there. Like I'll go to to the events and you're able to bring any camera you want, but at the arena it's like you don't get the press pass. It's all phone.
But it's expensive, man, to do the vlogging, to do the videos. I mean, and that's why I when a photographer says, "Hey, Hento, can I take a photo of you, and can I put it on my page, and I'm gonna charge you this amount of money for 10 photos." Hey, I don't mind paying it because I know the quality of the work. I know how much it costs for the camera and the lens, and it's a lot, man. So I mean, you just got to put your pride, man, and it looks like you put your pride where it's at, man. And just in 3 years, man, you've learned a lot, and you got to experience a lot. You get to go to the games, you get to hang out with your fans, your friends, your family. Most of all, you get to see amazing, talented basketball players, man, win and lose. You get to be there, and you get to also do what you love to do. On the side note, you get to do what you love.
Yeah, one of my favorite sayings that kind of got repetitive. I kept on. I don't give a damn how many we lose. It's always go Spurs go.
Yes, he always says that. That's awesome. That's like your trademark thing.
Not always, Linda. Not always. This year haven't done it as much, but the last
every time I've gone, you've said it. So I'm like, that's very passionate of George, because even when they've lost, because I've been at that game where they lost, George like still ended the game with that saying that he just said right now.
It's always go Spurs go, regardless. That's my team, and I don't cheer for no Cowgirls, no Rockets, Texans, none of that. You know what I mean? It's all Spurs, man.
Yeah, and I have to represent. Like I think I told Hendog last time, right? Because he asked me, and I was like, Hendog, my teams are Spurs, Texans, and Rockets. And Hendog was like, no, Texans. And I'm like, sorry. I mean, I understand you guys are Cowboys fans, but hey, the Cowboys are cool too, because that's
Not
American.
me.
Right?
Not me.
I have to root for the Texans. We have another saludo here from Stephanie Arlene Ochoa. Thank you so much for watching. And George, you have another question. What is the favorite song? What is one of your favorite songs to put on the videos? I saw that earlier.
One of my cousins, he's an up and coming artist. He grew up in Germany and Belgium, actually in Belgium. He has a song called Late Nights, and it's one of like I'll put like a collage of my pictures, and I'll use that one at the end. It's really not that catchy, but I mean I gotta support my little cousin anyway. But other than that, I mean any song I put up there, other than that, it gets blocked in a bunch of territories.
But
yeah,
that's incredible that you're supporting like your family member because he's an up and coming artist. So that's nice that you get to give him a platform like for his music. We love that because we support
I'm
all
in the
our
works of
artists.
trying to get him to sing the national anthem at the game. So I just need to build up his like his stage time, and once he gets enough video of stage time, I'll be able to send it in so he could sing the national anthem.
Yeah, so he can audition. That would be amazing. Because I know you have to audition. I had a question about the suites, because you know how the suites are there for the Spurs. I was asking my husband, how much are those, or can anybody rent the suites that are there?
Yeah, well, I think they're about 1,500 a night.
A la máquina.
Yeah,
And they're very nice because I was walking by there and I told my husband, how much are the suites? But what do they include? So for people that are curious, that might not have money.
They give you like a bunch of food, drinks, alcohol and sodas, waters, and stuff like that. But it also comes with 16 seats.
Hey, that ain't bad.
So it could be like a group of I mean, usually it's companies that they'll rent out for a party or whatnot. But yeah, they're about 16, 15. I mean, 15.
Well, I got a company, New Mexico Radio Talk Show.
And it's 1,500. Wow. So yeah. So that if you get 16 people or 15 people and they each put $100, like there it is. Like you can each you can get the suite for the 1,600.
It's not that bad if you think about it. You know?
Not bad because you get a lot of things included with it and a great view and it's very comfortable.
I was able to go to see Don Omar. Don Omar, the reggaeton.
Yes.
We were in one of the suites, and the music sounded amazing. It took me back to high school. I was drinking everything in sight, man. It was free, bro.
You're like, I'm gonna get my money's worth, or
I walked in, I grabbed both of them, walked into my seat, went and got another two.
Wow. Hey, well, when it's free, well, why not?
Bro, I was paying $15 at a time for a beer. They have them right there for free. I drank as many as I could.
Put some in your pocket and in your bag. No, just kidding.
I was thinking that thing too. Whatever fits in your bag or your backpack.
Or in your pockets.
I don't even think I ate. That time. I was like, hey, I'll eat when they leave. I'm not even a drinker like that, but you know what I mean? Like when they're free, they're for me.
Wow, I can't believe we've been talking for an hour. I said that last time on our show when we interviewed Loca Pasión. It went by so fast, and me and Hendog were like, we can't believe it. But then we were like, no, actually, we can believe it because Hendog and I talk a lot too. So the time
no lie, I was thinking, I was like, because you had said 30 to 45 minutes, and I said, I was like, in my head, I was all, I don't even have anything to really talk about for 30 to 45 minutes, but look, we're already on almost an hour and a half.
Over an hour. It's an hour and 20. Trust me, I can talk to people for hours. So it just happens. The magic happens, and Hendog's like that too. He starts talking, and I don't know how it happens. Our show is just magical. Like,
and we didn't even get into none of the 8 years I spent in the army. The last 14 years I've been raising my children alone.
Hey, no, man. We do appreciate your service, man. We appreciate your service, man.
Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service, George.
Hey, it doesn't matter how long you've been in the service, man. If you were just only there for only a couple of days, hey, we appreciate the service, man. We appreciate it.
No, but those are the two things I was kind of iffy about talking about, and we didn't even touch that, and we made it to an hour and 20 minutes.
We made it an hour and 20 just talking about, the vlog and everything else that came up. And that's what I say. I think that when you have a natural conversation, like so many things come up naturally that you don't even have to think about what questions you're going to ask. But I love having particular questions too, because that's also nice. So I'm going to ask you a question that just popped into my mind. So between tamales and tortas, like, what do you prefer?
I love a torta that could cook tamales. I'm sorry.
I think I caught that because now I don't know what it is about with that saying of torta, but I think that's what they call women that are chubby. And me as a feminist, I'm like, well, I'm gonna call is it for the guys that are chubby? We can call them tortos too.
You can call me a tonto if you want.
So tortas, but that's a San Antonio thing that I didn't know. Because in Laredo we have certain lingo, and San Antonio has lingo, and I guess that's a new thing. But so you prefer both? You like both types of food, the tortas and the tamales?
Yes, ma'am.
Between Dr. Pepper or Diet Coke, what do you go for?
Dr. Pepper all day.
Okay,
It's a Texas
me
thing.
it's Diet Coke. But Hen Dog, do you have anything else?
Oh man, no, no, I do. There's a question right here, but so are you always at the games, or is there a time where you take a little time? I mean, because I know they play a lot of games, right? They play a lot of games. I think what is it, like 70 something games, and
82.
I mean not all of them are home, but they go
Yeah.
away, they come back home, or they go three away, three home, or and I mean they just bounce around. That's just how the NBA is. Um, but are you always at the games, or do you ever watch them at home, or do you ever go to like a sports bar and like to watch them there, or are you always
Uh,
at the home games?
a sports bar, you won't catch me at ever, man. Unless I get kidnapped and I'm on a ride and they take me that way. And I don't get home until 5 in the morning. But no, I go to every game. I was just telling Linda this the other day too. I go to in the last 4 years, I think I've only missed 3 games. And
Wow.
what's it called? I was telling Linda, as soon as I leave from the game, I go home and I'll rewatch the game, like on the TV now. You know what I
Because
mean? Like,
you get to see yourself in the big screen. I mean, when you know how they do the little, what is it, the sky cam, when they put the people on
yeah.
the fans on the sky cam, or
Sometimes,
whatever
man.
they call
Sometimes, but I just love to like they'll break down, like say something happened and then like okay, they don't show a replay on the TV
Oh, okay.
broadcast. They'll like, oh, look at what happened, one of the best plays tonight or whatever. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I love being there in the atmosphere. But no, before I was like involved with the Spurs, I would try to catch at least one away game. So that's why I've been to New Orleans, Oklahoma, and Los Angeles twice. But it's because I wanted to. I needed to see my Spurs during the road trip. I don't like the rodeo for nothing, man. I hate the rodeo. And it's because of the rodeo road trip. But now that we've been playing games in Austin, to me that's my considered away game. So I'll go see both games in Austin, which is down the street, but still it's an away game, you know.
That's another cool experience. And we were
Yeah.
talking about about Wemby, how he's from France. And remember, Roy and I and you were talking about the game, how there was going to be a trip to France or something like that.
Yeah.
And I've always wanted to go to France. So I told my husband, I mean, I know it's expensive, but I told my husband the other day that the law school that I got admitted to concentrates on human rights, because that's what I want to do, human rights and civil rights above everything else. And they have a clinic where we get to go in an internship one day. I think our second year of law school, we can go to France and do the international court on international human rights. So I told my husband, yay, I'm going to have my dream of going to France. So maybe I can catch a Spurs game in France one day. So that would be another adventure that we can record. We can take
Yeah.
the show Hen Dog to France maybe one day.
A
We
la máquina.
Yeah, this year I was planning
can
on
be doing our
going.
podcast from France one day. Hey, you never know. Like,
Yeah,
let's
I wanted
manifest.
to go to the games this year, but the way things were set up, it was not feasible at all.
We can take all our co-hosts and we can all pitch in and we can all go to France and maybe have a live stream there one day from France. That would be
That'd
amazing.
be pretty cool. That'd be on the bucket list. A la
Yeah.
Pretty
máquina.
expensive.
I'd have to hit the lottery.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know. With our a la máquina shirts and peace out.
right. With the a la máquina shirt with the Go Spurs Go hashtag George on the back, right?
Plugging everybody's music. Mine, Lydia's, everybody's music that comes on the show. David's movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a song too.
And Loca Pasión. Don't forget about Loca Pasión. They're a great band and they were watching. So shout out to Loca Pasión.
What up, local bus you?
So George, one more question for you, man.
Yes, sir.
Or not one more thing, but I know you guys just got Chris Paul, man. This guy, he's been around the block, man. I mean, probably one of the best point guards in the game, man. Been around a long time. He just transferred from, the Phoenix Suns. I know my manager, my brother-in-law, and my sister are watching. They're all the way from Gaylord, Arizona. My brother-in-law's a big Suns fan. And I know that they just got Chris Paul to add to their talent squad with Wemby, man. How did you like that transition, man? That little trade right there for the Spurs.
Well, he came over this summer from Golden State, but I believe the one you're talking about today, we were able to see De'Aaron Fox. We just got him from Sacramento.
I just seen that one too. Yeah, I seen that one too. De'Aaron Fox. Yep.
I think he put up like 24 points tonight on 11 of 22 shooting. So when we got some point guards, the last couple of years we were running Jeremy Sohan his last year for as a starting point guard, and he wasn't really doing too good because he's a power forward. But now that we got some actual point guards,
Got some calibers, man. Got some calibers on the squad, man.
you can see the difference, man. You can see the difference. They're getting to the ball. They're getting him the ball when he needs it, not when there's nowhere else to go but just throw it up and he'll get it. You know what I mean? Like they're setting him up for plays, and Chris Paul, like you said, he's one of the greatest around the block, but he's the number 2 in all-time assist leader. So I'm pretty sure if he sticks around another year, he'll add on to that total like nothing.
My husband and I got to see Chris Paul. I don't know if he ever told you this story, but we went to a game in 2008 in New Orleans, and we got to see Chris Paul. So it's nice to see him still playing after so many years.
Yeah.
We were 27 when that happened, and it's been so long, and he's still a great player. So it's good to see the players transition in their careers and how they evolve. So that's very nice.
And it's like having a coach on the floor, they say. And a lot of like one of our young guards, he's a rookie this year. He's gonna be amazing, and it's like through the coaching and mentorship from Chris Paul. I'm pretty sure he has a lot of knowledge he can spit onto that little boy. I mean, not little boy, but like youngster. Nah, he's bigger than me. He's bigger than me, but like, you know what I mean? Like compared to a 40-year-old, and he's only like 19, so a young man, you know.
The new generation.
Oh man, I just been seeing that, man. I see all these trades, man. And I mean, I know they go where the money goes, man, and that's the way the business is, right, man? And they go where the money's at, man. And just like the Luka trade, man. I mean, who would ever expected that? Nobody expected that trade. Now he's with LA. It may be a good piece for LA, maybe a bad piece for LA. You never know. And just look, man, Wemby's got his point guards now. He's got Chris Paul. He's got all these talented point guards around him, forwards now, and they're looking solid, man. I give them a few months, man, and they're gonna be solid, man. And that's gonna be a team to look out for, man. The San Antonio Spurs. I'm not a Laker fan. I'm a LeBron James fan. I've always been a LeBron James fan, even when he was back in Cleveland the very first time. And then I go where he goes. No, just kidding.
Hey, you got a few jerseys in, huh?
What's that?
You have a few jerseys in, huh?
Well, the only jersey I do have of him, man, is when he went to Miami. I got a Heat jersey, man, and I supported him wherever he went, man, and of course there's a lot of people, talking mess, and I mean, it's all hate crime all around the world, man. There's even hate crime in our Tejano industry, pero you see it on all the social medias now, man. With look what just happened. Look at Donald just got traded, and there's a lot of
Yeah.
hate crime on that. You know what I mean? And that's worldwide. Everybody talking like, "Hey, man, this ain't gonna work." You don't know. It might work. It might not. Um, but like I said, man, I just love sports. I love watching basketball. I mean, I just like watching, man. I mean, I like sports, man, and I love the Spurs, man. I love when I go to the San Antonio, man. I always have to go down. Oh, look, we lost him. No, but the thing is,
Maybe
I like going to when I go to San Antonio. I like going downtown to the Frostbank Center, taking a selfie out of the window. I mean,
yeah. It's
I
always a
mean,
good time for a selfie. I tell
I'm,
my
I'm,
husband, when I'm older, I want to remember what I look like. I want to remember. I mean, I take a lot of pictures of my kids. Sometimes I don't post them because now they're getting older, so I have to ask for permission. The lawyer in me, I always ask before I post. But I mean, I just love it. Like I told my husband, now I'm gonna be a Lakers fan because my law school is in California, and I have family in California that live in Rolling Hills. So shout out to my Mabry family in California. But I mean, it's just amazing what you're saying. Sports, just like music, unites us all, and that's the beauty of it.
well, yeah, and people don't see the hate crime in the bigger things because people are not in that. Well, us as a culture, cultura, we're not in that field, right? But I mean, but you see it on all the social medias. Just look at the Grammys. They had Kanye West's wife playing out butt naked a la máquina. I was like, what the heck?
She had a dress that was very revealing,
I was like, a la máquina.
but to me as a feminist, like I support however women want to dress. I mean, that's and they feel comfortable. You go, girl. You rock it.
Right? And people are already talking, man. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh my goodness, man.
Whether you want to be, I like suits and sometimes, I like shirts that are more flowy. Everybody dresses in a certain style. And to me, I'm the type of person that if somebody is comfortable being the way they are and they're not hurting you, just let them be, peace and love. That's my motto. But I love that everybody was, touching base with us and saying hi. They have such beautiful comments. Thank you so much for Luis, the vocalist of Loca Pasión, was seeing our show. David Vela, Lydia Flores, who's going to be on tomorrow. Do you see any more comments?
There's Stephanie Arlene Ochoa in La Casa. She's going to be on next week I believe on
Stephanie
Tuesday. If I'm not
Arlene.
mistaken.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we got a lot of people in the house, man. Shout out to our TikTokers out there, man. We're live on TikTok as well, ladies and gentlemen. We're live on Roku. Shout out to our amazing TikTok followers out there. Look who we just got back. We got him back. We got him back.
I
Go,
told you, I said,
George. Go.
George, go. We got you back.
I apologize.
And he's going into another dimension or another time.
I'll
It's
technically
that
it's
vibe
just
that hit the
technology.
casa la máquina. It's that máquina time machine vibe.
You ain't lying.
We got Ramon Vicky Lopez in the house, man. Ramon and Vicky Lopez in La Casa. Bienvenidos a todos. No, man, George, just to cap it off, man. We are thrilled to have you on our show, man. When Maria Linda was like, "Hey, hen dog, I got a guest that I can bring to our podcast." I'm like, okay. And all our co-hosts work hard, right? They go out there and get these artists, just like I go out there and get them as well. Um, and the thing is, the co-host never disappoints on the show, man. I'm always like, hey man, if you got a guest, an artist, whoever you want to bring on the show, hey, let's set it up, man. Let's do this, man. When Maria Linda said, "Hen dog, you're gonna like this guy. This guy is a vlogger for the San Antonio Spurs. Me and my husband know him very well." I'm like, okay, and and then I contacted her on Sunday. I said, hey, are we still good for the interview on Wednesday? I contacted her Monday. Hey, are we still good for Wednesday? And we got the thing set up, man. But we're proud of what you're doing for the Cultura of San Antonio and for the people, man. And it takes a lot of time, a lot of work, a lot of dedication to do what you're doing. And I know you have fun at what you're doing, and that's where you're continuing to do it. Till the wheels fall off, and till you get older and older and older and older in generations, until somebody else wants to get inspired by it and take over. And
Yeah.
but we're proud of what you're doing, George, and we thank you for taking some time out of your busy schedule to come and sit here with us, because you could be video editing, you could be picture editing, you could be hanging out with your family, you could be hanging out with friends. You could have been at the game, but you're right here on the New Mexico Radio Talk Show.
Yeah. No, I was
Thank you.
I am working on the video from this last game we went to. So not I didn't really record much though. I'll figure something out, make it watchable.
Yeah, man, dude. But we do appreciate all the hospitality, the humbleness that you've given us on the show, man. And thank you, like I said, thank you for taking some time. Hopefully we get to meet you in San Antonio. I know Maria Linda and her husband Roy get to meet you all the time in San Antonio because that's where they live. But hopefully when I go to San Antonio, man, we can chop it up in person. We can do a live interview in person. We can grab a few drinks. We can go have a nice burger somewhere. Have some
With
nice
a la
nachos.
Máquina shirts with a veggie burger and a Diet Coke. You haven't told us, Hen Dog, what color a la Máquina shirt's gonna be. I'm still waiting on my shirt.
A la máquina. Well, they are going to be they're going to be glow in the dark green. All right, no, they're going to be black with the glow in the dark.
They have to be glow in the dark because you're in Roswell, alien city, so they have to have that alien touch to them.
Well, the only reason why I like the glow in the dark and I think it pops is like whenever you earn that fluorescent lights, it makes it pop. So I think it's cool. Um, So anybody that wants an a la Máquina shirt, they're running about $30, all right? Get you one, man, and I'll have it autographed by the co-host, all right? Um, but I do want to say thank you to George Garcia, man, all the way from San Antonio, vlogger for San Antonio Spurs, man. If you see him on TV, well, you can't give him a waiver or hi, but if you see him, make sure you take a screenshot, all right? And be sure to follow him on all his social medias, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all of YouTube, everybody. Follow him, man. Give this guy a like, share, follow. He's a very humble gentleman, man. He's doing stuff for you fans out there, man. And George, is there any last words and questions you'd like to say to your family and friends before we head out?
Go Spurs, go, baby.
Go Spurs, go.
They know what it is. Go Spurs, go.
Spurs, go. Thank you,
Nah,
George.
but again, I appreciate y'all both giving me a little platform to talk about what I do and how I do it. Again, I just like you said, I just like being a Spurs fan, man, and that's what it is. Just recording my memories, but go Spurs, go George, go, and make sure y'all go like and subscribe on YouTube, Instagram, go George, go 321. Yeah, again, I appreciate y'all.
Thank you for being on our show. Blessings.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you. God bless and your family, man. Hope to see you soon. Go Spurs, go George, go, man. Thank you, man.
Yeah, have a blessed.
You too, brother. Wow, Maria Linda, what an awesome vlogger, right, man? I mean, the work behind the scenes, man. I was checking it out before the show, and I was checking it out right here during the show. That's why people don't know what I'm doing over here. No, just kidding. The thing is, man, the talent behind this guy, man, he takes a lot of time to perfect his craft, man. And just in 3 years to 2 years to wanting to do something that he loves to do and very passionate of doing it, he's actually doing it at the San Antonio Spurs games. He's got his own tickets, he's a season ticket holder, and he loves to do what he loves to do. Put out the content, create the content, and put it out there for the fans. And he gets to see numerous of talented basketball players, agents. I mean, he probably sees over 100,000 people go in that building a night, right? And he's on our show tonight, man. How cool is that?
That was amazing. And what I was telling you, how we logged in a little bit earlier to get together before the show, all of us here co-host, we do everything ourselves. We do our own makeup, our own clothing, and everything takes time, even though you might see the show. Oh, it's an hour and a half. There's, stuff that we need to do before the show to get ready that you don't see. Hen Dog was doing the whole video to prepare for the show, the reel, everything he's going to show. I'm here doing my makeup, trying to look more presentable for you guys because I'm a mom too. I'm a wife. I'm a student. I'm a teacher. So we're bringing you guys a smile, but it does take work, but we love it. It doesn't really feel like work. We do the sacrifice because we know that if it brightens one person's day, then we did our part, to bring joy into the world. And that's what I love about all the co-hosts here. They're also amazing moms, wives. They do so many things throughout their day, just like the gentleman that we have on the show, Hen Dog. They all do more than one thing. We wear many hats. We're multifaceted, and we do it for the fans and for the people that follow us.
And mind you, we don't get paid for this, ladies and gentlemen. We do all
No.
this for you guys, man.
Yes.
And it takes a lot for not just only myself, and takes a sacrifice for myself and our amazing, talented co-hosts that come on every single week, every single night, to do the show, man, especially for the hour and 40 minutes on the show. And thank you to the amazing husband of Maria Linda, who lets her come on and host on her weekly nights, man. And all the husbands and boyfriends that are out there, they got, with their co-hosts and stuff like that.
And I love you, babe. But even if you wouldn't let me, I'm here.
but it's a lot, man. It's a lot, man. And we do this for you guys, man. We do this for the fans, and we thank you to our fans. We show a lot of support to our fans, and that's why we're on consistently, Monday through Thursday, 4 nights a week, sometimes even 5. I mean, at least me, I'm sometimes on 5 nights a week, depending on what I'm doing on the weekends and stuff. But we appreciate everybody that tunes in, especially our new TikTok followers. We're live on TikTok. We're live on Roku TV. We're live on YouTube. We're live on our Facebook channel. Please give us a like, share, follow. We got Jennifer Lynn.
Hi, Jennifer. I just saw her comment.
And oh my gosh.
She's an amazing singer. Jennifer Lynn, thank you for watching. And also Lydia Flores said good night. Good night, Lydia. Thank you for watching.
We also have Stephanie, Arlene Ochoa, and Jennifer Lynn next week, man. Cielo Sul going to be in the house next Tuesday. There are 2 amazing sisters, and they're going to be doing a duet on our podcast. They're going to be singing a few songs. We're going to have Lydia Flores, Nick Mañana.
Wow.
I do want to say thank you, man, from the bottom of my heart, man. Everybody that tunes into our show every single week. Thank you to Maria Linda that comes in on her scheduled time. Sometimes late, sometimes not. No, just kidding.
Sometimes late, sometimes early, but I'm here, fashionably late.
Like you said, they got to put on their makeup. They got to do all the honeydews before they get on the show. And we're here for you guys, all right? And big thank you for that, Jennifer Lynn. Thank you. We appreciate everything that you all do. Yes, thank you so much. I do want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in with us tonight, man. An hour and 41 minutes on the podcast. You could check us out on the replay center. Hala Machina. I'm talking like we're like ESPN or Sports Center, right? No, just
yes, and today I was early, Hen Dog. Today I was here at 8:45. I was 15 minutes early.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, girl. That's what I'm talking about. But if you want to be a sponsor on our podcast, you can get in touch with any one of our hosts, ladies and gentlemen. You want to get your business advertised on our show, just talk to any one of us, and we'll guide you into the right path. And we'll advertise any business, small business, big business. We got you covered on the New Mexico Radio Talk Show. I just want to say thank you. God bless. Any last words, Maria Linda, to all our fans? Thank you to our managers, sponsors. Thank you to our owners of the station. Any last words for the fans out there before we head out?
Thank you so much. Muchas gracias. Thank you for supporting the show. We wouldn't be, where we are without you. So thank you for supporting the show. Muchas gracias, and be blessed. Que estén muy bendecidos. Muchas gracias. Thank you so much.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Hilda Peña Promociones are in La Casa, man. We got Antonio J. Vega. We got West Texas in La Casa. Good night. We're signing off. We're live on TikTok. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Roku. And
God
good
bless.
night. We'll see you guys mañana.
Testing. All right. You can cut out that other.
Hey, yo, aim. Yeah. Run it up, Blondo.
Hey, see y'all from Texas, where we sit riding swangers and put diamonds in our necklace. Pour drink inside my lemonade till it look like a Pepsi. See, I come from the D where we got checks and we be flexing. If you ain't from my state, then you should know, don't mess with Texas. Hey, we always strapped, we keep our weapons. My mama from the 8, she slowed it down for me at 7. Used to think Pimp C was a guy before he went to heaven. I knew what pushing P was before Gunna even said it. Hey, she zero taught me keep my weapon and never trust a nigga or cause it's expected. No killers from the country, they ride horses and throw sellers. Got niggas in the east, ride ATVs with Mac.